The US government just forced one of the most advanced AI companies in the world to shut down its most powerful models globally. And this might be the biggest AI policy story of 2026 that nobody's talking about yet. On June 19, 2026, the Biden administration's successor released a sweeping executive order titled Promoting Advanced Artificial Intelligence Innovation and Security. The document opens with a statement that sounds almost contradictory on its face: advanced AI capabilities make our nation stronger, but also introduce new national security considerations that require coordinated action across executive departments and agencies. That's the entire ballgame right there in one sentence. The government is essentially saying, we need AI to be powerful enough to compete globally, but we're terrified of how powerful it's becoming. And this tension is about to explode into the public consciousness in a very real way. Within 48 hours of that executive order, the consequences became visible. According to AI News, the US government issued an export control directive requiring Anthropic to block foreign nationals from accessing its most advanced models. Anthropic, to their credit, complied immediately. They disabled access to what appear to be their flagship models, Fable 5 and Mythos 5. Think about what that means. A company just had to take its best technology offline for half the world's population because the government told them to. This isn't theoretical regulation. This is actual, concrete action that disrupted real research happening in labs from Berlin to Tokyo to Sao Paulo. Researchers who were weeks into projects on these models suddenly found themselves locked out. Here's where it gets genuinely confusing. On June 20th, just one day after the Anthropic shutdown, Trump told Axios that he no longer views Anthropic as a national security threat. That's a direct quote. But he also said he did not rule out using emergency powers against the company. Let me translate this into what it actually means. The administration is playing both sides simultaneously. They're restricting what Anthropic can do internationally while publicly claiming the company is no longer an enemy. This is classic policy whiplash. One day you're being forced to disable your products globally, the next day you're told you're not considered a threat. What are companies supposed to do with that signal? This isn't how you build a stable AI industry. This is how you create a climate of uncertainty that drives talent and investment elsewhere. Let me zoom out for a second, because there's a bigger picture here. While the US is tightening controls, innovation is happening everywhere. Look at what's coming out of Europe. French startup Zencolab is using AI to analyze retinal images and detect eye diseases at early stages. Samsung just announced major AI-powered updates to their Galaxy Watch health features, translating complex biometric data into actionable health insights. The global AI ecosystem isn't waiting for American policy to sort itself out. What we're witnessing is the beginning of a fragmentation, the US trying to maintain AI leadership through restriction, while the rest of the world builds independently. This is genuinely unprecedented. In the semiconductor industry, we saw export controls on chips. But taking a trained AI model offline for foreign users? That's a new level of intervention. And it raises a fundamental question: if American AI companies can't serve global markets, who fills that void? Probably China. Probably European alternatives. The law of unintended consequences is about to hit this policy hard. Let me give you my honest analysis here. I've been covering AI policy for years, and I've never seen this level of direct government intervention in a technology company. We're not talking about antitrust hearings or FTC investigations. We're talking about the government literally ordering a company to disable specific products for specific users. The implications are enormous. First, this sets a precedent. Any US AI company can now be compelled to restrict access to its models on national security grounds. That means every international research partnership, every foreign customer, every overseas developer is now operating at the pleasure of American foreign policy. Second, it signals to the world that American AI leadership comes with strings attached. Countries and companies that depend on American AI tools now have a very clear incentive to develop alternatives they control. The US might win the short game of maintaining AI dominance through control. But it might lose the long game of ecosystem dominance. Because the most powerful position isn't having the best AI. It's being the AI that everyone else builds on top of. And these policies are actively burning those bridges. So where does this leave us? The White House executive order on AI innovation and security isn't just bureaucratic paperwork. It's a declaration that the U.S. government intends to be deeply involved in AI development for the foreseeable future. Whether that's good or bad depends on whether you think the government is capable of balancing innovation and security without killing the innovation part. My prediction: we'll see more companies quietly building infrastructure outside U.S. jurisdiction. We'll see international AI coalitions form that explicitly exclude American products. And in 5 years, we might look back at June 2026 as the moment the global AI ecosystem started splitting into distinct blocks. The future of AI isn't just about who builds the best models anymore. It's about who gets to use them. And right now, the U.S. government is making some very consequential decisions about that question on behalf of the entire world.